I removed YouTube from it.
Good.
I don't know if that makes any difference. So it looks like we're back on air. I'm waiting to see. Wait, hold on a second. Let me edit this. We might not have made this live here in the rush to do this. No, it's live.
I see the button that says live. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I made it live. I'm just trying to make sure that it's public and so people can come in. We can get it on. Okay, we got a couple people coming in. It's probably going to take us a little while to get everyone back in. And then we're trying to get Austin back in. Lola, do you have Austin's email? Okay, so yeah, let's see if we can get Austin back in. So first of all, we're restarting everything because it looks like we were getting severely throttled there. Like, I don't know, could be, you know, I think it's a major right-wing, you know, conspiracy, left-wing. Who knows? What the hell? Messing that up altogether. So let us know, how are we looking out there? Are we coming in better? Okay, CB says it's smoother. Mike Bryan says looks much better.
Nice.
So 904 Outdoors wants to know what happened. So we definitely we had to restart just because there was a bunch of craziness going on, and you know, hopefully we'll get everyone to come back in here. We do have 13C Joe. We've got Mark from Fit and Fire. We've got Ken from K&M Arms. We're trying to get Austin back on because he's our expert of all of this going on. I'm not sure why we can't get him back in yet. Maybe we should show some guns, guys, while we're at it. You know, I'm going to show. This is my baby right here, this beast.
That's very nice. Love bullpups.
Yeah, 308 right there, M17S in 308 version from K&M. Ken, what do you got? What do you got, man? I bet you've got one of these, but
I've got a couple.
Yeah, you got a couple, and you've got some nice guns back there, I'm sure, that you could throw up. Yeah, absolutely. Well, you know, feel free to throw up some guns. We're waiting for Austin to come back in so we can get back into this conversation. Look at that.
So I figured, since we're talking about bullpups and I got a PS90 up there, this actually just came in 2 days ago.
Wow.
It is an air rifle. It's a 25 caliber PCP air rifle, which basically puts 25 caliber pellets, if they're the right ones that this barrel likes, at about 980 feet per second into basically the same hole at 35 yards.
Wow. Okay.
Which is pretty cool. I'm doing more on air rifles lately, starting to get into them just because these things are really cool. They are really neat. So, and this is one of the latest ones from Hatsan. And this review will be, what's that?
I was going to say, bullpups are really big over in like the UK and whatnot, the air powered bullpups. Yeah, big time.
Yeah, they are. And I think I may wind up being, if I can get this wrapped up in time in the next few days, I may wind up being the first English speaking person to get a review up on this, because apparently this has been out in Turkey and some other Asia and some other overseas countries for a month or two, but I guess it just hit the U.S. market here relatively recently. So
sweet, thanks. And is that that's a fake suppressor or a real suppressor on there?
No, so it's an integral. So air rifles do not fall under the same suppressor categories as firearms. So this is a real integral suppressor.
Oh, sweet.
Which works really well.
Yeah, absolutely. And folks want to know what the name of that is.
This is the Hatsan Flash Pup QE. So QE. Flash Pup instead of Flash Pup, because the air rifle this is built on is the Flash, which is a new rifle that's out for Hatsan as well. I don't have one of those, but
yeah. Cool. Richard Hughes says Joe thinks he speaks English.
Yes, I speak American.
Yeah, American. Damn it,
I speak American.
English. Yeah, not English. Okay, looks like Austin is back. I don't know if Austin has any guns. We're throwing up the guns for all the people that are coming back in with us. So Austin might be grabbing something. What you got, Mark?
I got my new hot thing right here, which is not new to anybody else, but it's new to me. So it's the CZ75 SPL1 Tactical.
Okay.
This is my very first hammer-fired pistol, so I'm super excited about that. And then caressing my knee right now is the Daniel Defense DD M4 V7P and 300 Blackout. So
very nice, very nice.
Very excited about that.
Yeah, I've got the integrally suppressed version of that somewhere.
Ooh,
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah,
it's in the bank with the
yeah, it's somewhere. I mean, I moved, so I don't have all my guns here and all that.
Ah.
You know, yeah, I got to get all that figured out. Ken, do you have anything before we get? We were having a good conversation. We're going to jump right back into that. What do you got, Ken?
So, what, you want to see something different and new?
Yes, man. I know you have. Stop fronting. I know you got badass guns. Let's see something.
I don't know. I'd have to go over through the safe and see what new item I have over there. I haven't been buying anything lately. I've just been making.
So we're harassing you at trying to get you to go to the safe. Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying. But what I do have, I'll have to pull out of the safe for the PS90 is I have a folding charging handle that I've developed for that PS90, which is very nice because then it allows you to actually get some handle on that charge and pull it back, and you won't rack your knuckles, and it's folded in and it's very short. It's
very cool. I think you
nice.
should. Yeah, I think you should go grab that out of the safe for sure.
All right, I'll go grab it.
Yeah, I know Joe wants to see that.
I do.
Yeah, for sure. Austin, do you have some gun you're going to throw up here?
Well, actually, I am actually house sitting for a good friend of mine right now.
Oh, okay.
So I only have the gun that just kind of hangs around with me at the house most of the time, which is my Kimber 1911.
Oh,
it's a 45.
You're one of those guys whose hands has been maimed by the 1911. I see.
Well, this was actually my first personal purchase, and so it's just kind of been around. But yeah, it's just the two-tone regular old. It's a 45 full size. So I usually this one usually stays in my nightstand. So.
Very cool. Very cool. Okay.
Around the house.
All right. Awesome. It looks like Ken is throwing up his PS90. Here we go. So this is the folding charging handle.
Yeah. So it just folds. Okay. So the thing is that you can, let's see if I can do it here, but if you rack it and let it go, it automatically folds when it goes back home.
Okay.
Okay. So, and it's very easy to install. And if you look at it compared to the other side, it really very much more than the original one. And then you don't get bit by your knuckle when you're charging. That's one of the bad things about this rifle is that, you're putting your little finger, putting it on there and trying to charge it, and you're always racking it against the magazine. Yeah,
so that side doesn't give you that much leverage, but this side gives you more leverage and it folds away.
Right. And you can put it on both sides. It doesn't have to be just on the one side. You can put it on both sides. It doesn't really matter. Some people are running it on both. I tell people just buy one and put it on the side that you normally charge it from, and then you can save yourself some money because you don't have to have two of them.
Right. Okay, very cool. So, and what do these cost, and when are they available, and where the hell can we get them from?
So I've been shipping the charging handles now for a good couple months. I want to say maybe 3-4 months, maybe longer than that. I don't know. Can't remember. But it just came out in the NRA magazine. They did an article on the charging handle plus the spring that I do for the fire control group to drop down the poundage there to make it a little nicer. So you can buy them direct on my website. So I run two businesses. I run K&M Arms and I run K&M Aerospace, which I do all of my accessories and everything for everybody else's rifle to make them better. Strictly do just my bullpup stuff, my rifle on the arms site. So you got to go to K&M Aerospace.com to buy those parts. But I'm coming out with a new hammer for this pack to turn it into a Gen 1 hammer. A little creep device to allow for less over travel and less creep. So there's a couple more things coming out on this rifle. So I'm always busy developing something new for someone else's rifle platform or bringing out my new caliber.
Okay, very cool. And did you cover how much it is?
They're $50. So they're $55 shipped.
Okay, very cool. $55 shipped. There you go.
They're comparable to some of the other ones on the market. You know, some other guys are selling theirs for more than mine. I'm the only one that folds. Everybody else is just a larger protrusion, so that it can grab on stuff, hang up on stuff. So with the folder, it's as flat or flatter than other people's, and in some cases, I'm less money than them also.
Okay, awesome. And then, you know, just for like future reference, you know, you could tell your friend Hank Strange about that, because even though the NRA is happy to take my money, they don't even send me the free magazine. I don't even get that. So I didn't know.
Yeah, they don't send it to me either.
I still get the magazine, but it goes right in the trash.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So, you know, we should definitely cover that. I would like to cover it. I know there's lots of people that have PS90s, including Joe. So, you know, maybe we'll do some stuff to help you, you know, to help you get that message out.
Yeah. And Joe, just send me your contact information and I'll send you one.
It looks like, for those people who wouldn't be familiar with it, it looks like for people who don't know, the front charging handle on there, if you push the little divot down, it's a little plastic basically tab that pops off. You just put yours on, and it looks like there's a hole. There's a set screw that screws it into place.
Yes,
onto
that's
the rail.
correct.
Okay, yeah.
Correct.
So I mean, no gunsmithing knowledge is required. It's I would assume a 90-second swap basically.
It actually can be even less than that, because basically I have a YouTube video which is going to soon become a GunStream video on how to remove it. But basically all you have to do is put a little wood block on it and hit that wood block with a little hammer. I could probably even do it with my hand here without getting the hammer out. And you see that just came off. And now I can slide on the new charging handle with a little set screw, and you're good to go.
Okay, easy.
That's how easy it is.
Yeah, very easy. Cool.
I got a question about, with it being flipped forward, is there some type of detent that keeps it forward, or is it just kind of, does it flap back?
That's correct. No, there's a detent that snaps it forward. If you can see that, you know, I'm trying to move it and it's really not moving, but if there's a ball detent in it, so that when it falls forward, it snaps forward and it stays in that position. So when you're firing, this is not flapping all over the place like some other 308 bullpup that is out on the market. You know, you're firing it and you can see the charging handle flying all over the place, but it has a ball detent in it so that it sticks in place.
Which bullpup is the other one out on the market? Which one is that?
Do I want to say?
What does it rhyme with?
What?
So you're saying there's another company?
It has tech in the name.
Oh, okay.
So is it really on the market? I don't know.
Oh, are you talking about the RDB or something?
No.
Oh.
He's talking about what's been trying to come out for like 10 years.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Okay. Yeah, the Desert Tech. The MDR.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have one of these. You're going to have one of these for the few people out there that have one?
The Desert Tech rifle? No,
yeah,
I'm not doing. No, I'm not developing anything for that. I'm just saying that on this rifle, this PS90, this charging handle that I've developed, it does not flop all over the place when you're firing.
I see. Oh, it was a little dig. Okay, I get it now.
Yeah,
I get it now.
It was just a little dig.
Okay, yeah, I'm on board with that. Okay, so listen, let's get back into this conversation. Yeah, let's get back into conversation about GunStreamer and the platforms and everything that's happening, people being deleted and all that. I think let's take the time that we've got Austin here. Let's maybe try to get some questions. I don't know how clear that other video is going to be, so let's try to go back over. Austin, explain GunStreamer again really quick for anyone who might be joining us right now.
Okay, GunStreamer, it's a video sharing platform, user-generated content that we founded in March of this year. It has gun in the name, but it's really for anything: politics, 2A, gun, prepping, outdoors, coffee, which we have some coffee videos.
Okay, so cars, people can put whatever they want.
Videos.
Okay,
people can put whatever they want. We're actually, and I know that this question has come up a couple of times, but we have some things in the works for a platform that's a little bit more versatile that works with GunStreamer. You know, it's something that we've sort of had in mind since day one, and we haven't really had the breadth to make it happen so far. But we're, you know, we've got some ideas. So before you guys ask, that's, you know, you're welcome to put whatever hobbies you have on GunStreamer, but we'll be sort of making some. Possibly we'll be making some changes in the future that will make it very friendly to all types of content.
Okay, cool. And I think everyone on this panel is on GunStreamer. 13C Joe is, Ken from K&M Arms is, Mark should be signing up right now.
I'm signed up and have already posted my first video.
What? Yeah, Mark.
I haven't even done that
yet. You don't mess around. Damn it.
Also, I'll throw it out there that we, in May, I believe, we were able to get our app on the Apple's iOS store and the Android store.
Okay. So there's an app. If you guys can get out, I encourage everyone to go out and get that app.
Nice.
I have it. That's a good thing. That's a big thing. So, and then I think one of the reasons why you wanted to come on is you wanted to hear ideas that other people have out there. We were talking, the Tyven Show wanted to know about monetization and all that. I know we had Tactical Toolbox in the chat. I don't know if I can't see whether or not Jonathan got back in here. Jonathan is on the platform.
Still in.
Yo, he's still in. Okay, shout out to him. We should have probably just had him come on. But so does anyone out there have ideas or things that we could do for monetization? I know before we ended on the other side, I was talking, or we had the conversation about the email list. I think that helps a little bit towards that. It at least gives you some leverage as a content creator. If a platform makes it easy for us to gather emails of people who are watching us, so they maybe like an opt-in button. Go ahead.
Also, just to preface that, so I'd like you to continue that question, you know, ask people, but to sort of preface that is we are in the works right now of just setting up a regular donation link for content creators so their viewers can donate to them, and also the very top, but right up there is something that we're working on for live streaming. We don't know how far away we are with that right now. It's a very complicated process, but when we get the live streaming going, obviously we'll have like similar donation options that YouTube has.
Cool.
So those are kind of things that we're thinking about. We've been thinking about. We're working on. And back just real quick back to the app thing is we have a new release coming out very soon that supports all of the playlist functionality as well for our content creators and viewers can create playlists. So anyway, you were talking about monetization options that people can.
Yeah, I think that's good news to know that you'll have a way for the audience to contribute to that content creator. That would be great. I don't know how soon you think that'll be up, but that is a good thing.
Yeah, we should have that up here hopefully within the next couple of weeks. I don't want to promise anything on the air, but you know, we should be very close to that here coming soon, and should have it tested and released to the website very soon. And also we have another feature that's coming out is the ability to add links like you can on YouTube, where you can add over your banner image, you can add your Patreon site or your website if you have places for visitors to go there too. So.
Okay, cool. That goes a long way. I don't know if I don't want to be the only one jumping in here. If any of you guys, Mark, you have any ideas, Ken, obviously you're on the industry side of this whole thing, but if you have any ideas, or Joe. Okay, silence. Nobody has any ideas.
So I'd have to say that, this is all still very new to me. I've been on YouTube a year, July 26th. So I'm still learning a lot. I know that Jonathan over at Tactical Toolbox has been sharing a lot of great information, especially how to, kind of tweak your videos to bypass things, how to funnel things over to different platforms to do build videos and stuff like that. So I'm still very, very new at this. I just launched my own website, I would think about 2 months ago. So yeah, still a newbie trying to figure it out.
I think, listen, I'm a little bit older at doing this, but I'm kind of new to a lot of the new ways of monetizing it. I wish I can get Tactical Toolbox is saying he can't jump in. He doesn't have a webcam. He says create a website, an email list, build it, then sell the ad space. He says he would jump in, but he doesn't have the webcam. I wish I can get Jonathan to make some instructional videos for what people can do, because he's really good. He's really got his head wrapped around a lot of this stuff, and it would be helpful for all of us, because I think what I would point to everyone is try to find multiple revenue streams, you know, and that's what we've been doing. But like I said, you know, there's tons of ways of doing that, but definitely multiple revenue streams would help. I think what he's saying with a website, if you have a website, you can sell your merchandise on there. You can do all kinds of things. You can directly communicate with your audience. If you have an email list, you can do the same thing. You know, then you can sell ad space on your website and all that. You can even give instructions to people on how to support you or what platforms you're on and all that kind of stuff. So anyone else has any ideas? Let me go to Ken. Ken, you're on the industry side. What would you be looking for? I'm thinking maybe advertising.
Well, yeah, of course, advertising. But, you know, currently right now, I really don't do any advertising. All of my advertising right now that I do is all social media, because it's not costing me anything. And I'm so small, you know, as a small manufacturer, that, you know, I don't have these big dollars that, you know, some of these other big companies, you know, throw around to have magazine articles, you know, written for them, or, you know, magazine ads. And, you know, so yeah, I mean, anything that could allow me to, you know, to buy some ad space that's not going to cost me, you know, my left arm would be a good thing that I could do. Yeah. And all the other platforms for doing, you know, any kind of ads is out of my budget. You know, if there was a smaller tier for some of us, you know, smaller guys, then that would be an avenue for me.
Yeah. What do you say to that, Austin?
So we have a structure set up right now where anybody can go and create an ad. It could be a banner ad, or it could be a video pre-roll ad. And they can upload say it's a video pre-roll, they can upload that video, they can put some cash up for it, and that ad will go live pretty much right away. And that's for any user on the website, can do that today. Now, what we haven't quite worked out, just sort of the pre-warning, is we have our pricing worked out, but we don't have it engineered into the website. And the functionality of that ad sort of service is really quite basic. So we're working very hard on that. Right now, you can target specifically just the US. And you know, the analytical data that we have on it is fairly basic. But if someone approaches us directly, or we reach out and we can work something out, the functionality just gets better and better. It's just a conversation that needs to happen, right? Okay. So we have some functionalities for that. Obviously, we're looking to make that quite a bit more robust. That's sort of, like I said, that third piece that we need to work really well. So there's that. Yeah, there's what we offer.
Okay, very cool. Just quickly, Tactical Toolbox says he's working on a tutorial series for what we were talking about there. That would be great, Jonathan. Let us know when you get that together, because I'm gonna put that on repeat. You know, and I would definitely share it. So how about this in the vein? And Joe, I don't know if you've got anything to jump in here. Just let me know. But how about this in the vein of for the industry? Because I think Ken is bringing up a good point, right? There's lots of smaller mom and pop shops, so they may not have the buying power of bigger companies that are out there, but collectively there could be you know, I would rather have, I don't know, 1,000 mom and pop shops than maybe 10 of the bigger shops, because you know, that could be a bigger pile of money for everyone involved. But also, is there a way to maybe like come up with something along the lines of Bitcoin or something like that, where there's some kind of exchange that we can do, and we can give maybe the audience, right, some credits or things like that they can use, or even that they, like on the industry side, for people that want to do advertising and things like that. Is there any way to work that out, or does that sound too crazy?
That That sounds like
okay. Go ahead. It sounds crazy. Go ahead. Say it.
It sounds like a fairly. I know it is a large project because I have investigated a lot into like blockchain technology and digital assets. It is a fairly large project that we would be tackling on top of what we already are.
Okay.
So I think there are a lot of aspects of that technology that are the future, and you know. What that means being the future is that companies like ours or any company out there really needs to find ways to integrate it so that it can be a benefit to them. I'm sure there are ways that it could benefit us. It's a lot of work. You know?
Yeah.
So I don't know that we could afford the time to make something like that happen right away. But you know, I know there are services that offer similar solutions like Steemit that do article-based things that you get credits if you have good articles. You know. Stuff like that.
Yeah, but I think something like that would help. And obviously, if there's a company out there that wants to share that with you, you're saying you're open to talking about it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think that would help. I think one of the big problems that we always have is always going to be that money issue. You know, not everyone out there is a baller, and I get it. And I think what we need to do is find ways that people can do things. I think there's it's on the industry side, there's some bigger companies that might want data or something like that from people, or for people to fill out things or do this or answer, you know, take some kind of questionnaires or so. There's lots of ways that we could come up with that people can generate some kind of money within the system that they could spend, that they could donate to their favorite creators, and or for like a smaller company like K&M, maybe there's some kind of exchange that they could do that if people did or you know, that they can use that to buy advertising. So I think we should not like just dismiss those kinds of things and give everyone out there an opportunity to jump in and participate.
Absolutely. I absolutely agree.
Yeah. Anyone has anything else, Joe? Anything that you're looking for? You're on the site. You've been there longest, I think.
I have. I've been there for quite a while. You know, I think what you're talking about, Hank, is something that, you know, I actually tried to sign up for Steemit several months ago. I think before GunStreamer came online, or at least before I had heard of it. And I got denied on there, which was kind of weird. There's other sites that do similar things like that, like One Way. They have their wampum digital currency, stuff like that. So there's other stuff out there. I don't necessarily know if that's the way to go. I mean, I can't imagine what kind of back end work would need to be to develop something like that. I mean, that's just.
Yeah. I think that would go a long way to help us all, like all the things that we're talking. I mean, this is the reason why I bring it up, because I think for all of the things that we're talking about, we need we need every social media that exists. We either need it in one place or in not too many different places. Yeah. Right. And we need to be able to even like trade things. So I know that a lot of why things are going on now is because they're trying to stop us from trading and selling and all that. Obviously, I expect people to follow the laws. Right. But we do need ways. Like I almost think we need a YouTube, a gun broker, a Facebook, Instagram, a Twitter. We need all those things built into one. So if I've got some gun related thing or a gun that I don't need and I want to sell, I should be able to sell it on that system. If I want to look at a video, I should be able to do it. If I want to advertise, if I want to do this, if I want to do that, that's how you get people to come over to a different ecosystem and spend more time there.
Yeah. Yeah, so, absolutely.
You know, I know that's not necessarily an easy thing to do in development, but I think it would be good. So
no, I have an idea of what it would take to start something like that, and it's not easy. I don't know. We've discussed sort of similar things like that. Like I mentioned that we've been looking at maybe an option for our platform to expand, keep the name, but maybe a separate name or something where it all works together, right? And we've been, like I said, we've been thinking about that since day one. Obviously, what you just mentioned is kind of a lot, it's kind of a lot to tackle.
Yeah.
But I think there are companies from each of those industries that are going to be willing to work together. So, if we continue to build together, I think that's the way that we do this.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if you can kind of like hub into each other and have that exchange, it will be good and make it seamless where people are jumping between two things. I think we lost Mark for a second. Hopefully we'll get him back. Tactical Toolbox says, what if Austin connected brands with influencers that are on GunStreamer and charge them a monthly fee, and then no one has to sit through an ad. I don't know if you see that comment that he has there. What do you think about that?
I don't see that comment, but sorry, I've been kind of jumping back and forth in the chat and trying to catch it as much as I can. And just so everyone knows, the user Ashley J is part of our team. She's basically our social queen.
Oh, is that who said you always have? Yeah, someone was saying we always have to wait for Austin.
yeah.
Okay, Ashley J, shout out to her. Shout out. Okay.
Yeah, shout out.
I think I met her, right?
Yeah, you met her in Logan.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Okay.
But as far as the question goes, you know, we have been reaching out to companies to sort of try to set things like that up. Obviously, other than direct ads that just kind of fall into place, situations like that, there's a lot of footwork. There's a lot of communication involved, reaching out. It's just sort of the work that takes time and sometimes it just doesn't pay off. So, you know, we've been having calls like that. We've been having discussions about how to set those things up. I think it's a fantastic idea. I would love it if we set something up like that rather than having everybody sit through ads.
Right. Okay.
So,
yeah, I think there's ways here to, I think if we're able to talk to each other, we can probably even build a better ecosystem than what already exists, but it's going to take time.
Yeah.
And we all have to be willing to invest in it. Truett is asking me on my phone if I move to GunStreamer or YouTube, am I going to keep my YouTube channel? I think I answered that in the other one. I'll answer it again. Absolutely. I would keep the YouTube channel and use it as a megaphone for everything else that's going on. I would keep all my social media and use that to point to somewhere else. Ultimately, what I want is I want better solutions where I don't have to worry about the titles and the content that I'm making, and I don't have to worry about the politics of all of this, and I could just put stuff out. It would be better for me to be there. I think in the meanwhile, we can all use those other things, unless you want to be like Ken. Ken says he's just going to delete his YouTube. He's done with YouTube.
We're getting out of there.
Yeah. So I don't see Mark back yet. If Lola is listening to me, maybe Lola, I don't know if she, Lola can see what's going on, or Mark might have had some technical difficulties. Ken, did you want to jump in here? Any questions that you have about the platform? I mean, you're new to it. You're brand new.
Yeah, you know, I don't know. You know, it's an opportunity for me to start to try to grow bigger. I mean, I need to be better at finding more time, making more videos, and putting more information out there. And that's why I can say, you know, really, I can do without YouTube, because it's really not servicing me, because I'm not doing any monetization. And most of the other videos and things that are out there that individuals are putting on YouTube, it ends up pointing them to my webpage anyway. So, you know, my videos and everything that I'm doing really can be anywhere, as long as it's someplace that I know that it's going to be safe, and someplace that it can be there and other people can go and search there. You know, if it points people to another location where they can then become familiar with, then I think I'm doing a service to the industry by having my content, you know, all of my videos and everything on another location, so that it then forces people to go to this other avenue. And this is where now all my videos and everything will be. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of the way that I look at it. I need to stop feeding Big Brother all of the opportunity and money that they're getting. I need to move that to some other place. And
okay.
So.
Yeah, I understand that. And I think it is a good idea for people on the industry side to put up videos. I think the most useful videos that people will be looking for from you would be instructional stuff, right? Like how to install this, how to fix this, what happens if this, maybe frequently asked questions, FAQs, that sort of thing. But you and the rest of the industry does not need those things to disappear. I think we all saw, when was that? Like a couple months ago, maybe, that Barnauls, which is pretty big, got their whole channel deleted.
Yeah.
Right.
you know, and I would recommend all those people, like all the people in the industry, and the worst case scenario, go to platforms like this that exist, especially if it's easy to sign up. You could just go sign up on GunStreamer and then send a message to you guys. Maybe you could tell us how that works, Austin, and then you guys will pull everyone's content over, right?
Yeah. For us to pull over your content, it literally just takes the click of a button. We're not hustling. We're not working at 300 videos, right? We click one button and your channel is imported. All your videos come over, the tags on your videos, the thumbnails, the descriptions, all of that stuff that you've worked at are there on GunStreamer right then at that moment. And then from there, it takes, you know, a few tens of minutes to convert all, depending on your video library, to actually move the video content over from YouTube. Right, when we click that button, those videos are temporarily hosted as iframes, and they are pulling from YouTube. But in a very short period after that, those videos are moved over to our servers, and at that point, they can't be affected by what happens to the videos on YouTube.
Yeah, so it's not just like a link that it's linking to YouTube. It's actually living on your servers, right?
Right. And this is, you know, the way that we developed this is so that it can happen so fast and so easy for us, right? So it's easy for us, it's easy for you, for anyone that wants to mirror their content at GunStreamer. It just takes you sending us an email. That's all it takes. And then from there on, if you put up a new video on YouTube, all you got to do is copy that YouTube link and paste it into our site where you can import the video, and that happens instantly. And right when you get to that next page where it confirms that your video is imported, that's the point when the video is hosted on our site once again. So after you import that video, it's on our site. You could do whatever you want with it on YouTube, or your channel could get deleted.
Okay, cool.
That's great information because, you know, like I said, I just uploaded a video onto GunStreamer, but I also have videos on YouTube, and now my entire channel had been replicated on a new platform as well called TUSCvids.com, which I don't know anything about. It was just something that I got an email and said, hey, by the way, you know. So, but, you know, I'm extremely interested in GunStreamer's platform and want to, you know, aggressively pursue you guys over and above others. So, you know, because I get the chance to speak to you face to face. So that's good and comforting to know that if YouTube goes away, I'm still with you guys. And that's something I was curious about the other ones.
Yeah, well, I think at the very least, you know, you guys, this is just my opinion, at the very least, you guys need to spread your wings, right? If for us to make it so easy for you, it just makes sense. You know, if say Alex Jones had approached us last Friday, we would have had his channel over, and you know, he would have at least had a place for it, and now he doesn't. You know, and wherever he's going to, he's manually uploading those videos, and it's a very long, hard process for him. So
definitely don't wait. Don't wait. If the situation is that easy to do, I mean, worst case scenario, you move your videos over. You've got a backup over there. In the meanwhile, if your videos are active, you can be getting views. There's something I want to ask about that. And someone's asking about like what servers you guys are using as well. But before we get to that, so what's a good strategy? I know Joe is over there already. What's a good strategy when you get all those videos to pull over? I'm assuming all those videos go live immediately, but what's a strategy with that? Do you want everything to go live immediately? Do you want things to sit there, go on slowly, or just put everything live and then slowly put other things there? What's a good strategy?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, I would ask you. I would ask Joe. I don't know if he's got some input on that.
We have the ability to import your entire channel and import them as private status or even unlisted, same statuses that YouTube has. I don't think we're advertising that capability very well right now.
I didn't know that was an option when I did mine.
Actually, I think when we imported your channel, it was before we had the statuses installed.
Yeah, you know what it was. You're right. It was.
That was the status. Sorry, that was a fairly recent development of ours to put the publication statuses up there. And And also that was one that we did on the fly for a content creator that was moving. So he wanted to queue up some videos. So we, you know, we just kind of did that. It took us a couple of hours, and now we have publication statuses. But for people who are importing their channels, we can import them as private if you would like. The videos from YouTube come with the date that you posted them. So if you posted a video 4 years ago, that's the date that it's going to show up on not on YouTube, sorry, on GunStreamer.
Yeah. So what would be a good strategy here? By the way, I see Big Daddy Hoffman 1911 just joined the chat. There you go. He said he just joined, but this sounds like good stuff. I would advise him to go to GunStreamer and create an account. And what we're trying to say, what we're saying here is basically, because I know he's had videos deleted as well and gotten strikes. When my channel got deleted, he was getting hit at the same time. As a matter of fact, he was the one, I think, one of the people that brought it to my attention that stuff was going on. So you can go there, you can sign up, then we can give you guys instructions. You could pull the videos over. You can either have them all public or private, and then they can get turned on however we like. Who has any idea? Like, what's a good strategy for that?
So I think personally, if it's that easy to move all of your videos and all of your content over, why not do it? We already know that, you know, the industry is getting hit on YouTube. That, you know, it's like the frog in the water. You know, all of you guys are sitting in the water and it's getting warmer and it's getting warmer and it's getting warmer. Pretty soon, it's going to be gone. I mean, we can almost guarantee that it's going to be gone. So why not start now, and why not start moving stuff over, even if it is just to have it parked someplace else. It's not costing you anything, and you don't have to do anything. A couple clicks of a button and it goes over. That's the way I'm hearing it, and that's the way I'm seeing it.
Yeah, and you're saying, Ken, just put it over there, turn it on, right, and let it run.
Yeah, and let it run. And when you do another video and you put it on YouTube, then copy it over to GunStream, and you know, just, you know, start building the channel there.
Mm-hmm. And while we're specifically on that topic, we have looked into, and we're not sure how difficult this is going to be, but we may very soon be coming out with a function where you can, where it will automatically grab your videos from YouTube as you upload them. So if we get that, you don't have to do any work.
Yeah,
you don't got to do anything.
That's amazing. That's great. That's good. That's a good thing. Will Killer, go ahead.
I was going to say, and that's only until you can still post stuff on YouTube. As soon as you're kicked off YouTube and you don't have that option anymore, if you don't have all your stuff someplace else and already have another avenue where you're already starting to build that, then you're going to be dead in the water.
Yeah, I would definitely suggest if you've got a huge library, like I haven't pulled my whole library over, and I think just on my main channel, I've got over 1,000 videos. And then on this channel, Lifestyles of the Locked and Loaded, it's probably approaching 200 videos. But I would suggest just putting everything on, because if you get your channel killed somewhere, so if you get it killed on YouTube, it's going to take time to populate in a search engine. So you really want to think about that a little bit.
That's a great point. Yeah, actually.
And the good thing too is that GunStream is populating the date that you published that video. So if it's a 4-year-old video, it's not showing up as, you know, your first video that you ever created. You're going to have some kind of a library on that other channel that people can go through and see, okay, what is the latest video, or what was the first video that he published? I mean, I think that's a great thing that they've worked into their platform to do that.
There you go, being logical, man. What's wrong with you, Ken? Why you
gotta
be all logical on us?
Sorry, I apologize. I'll get back into the
no. That's what
left wing stage of the.
That's actually
life.
That's really a great point, because YouTube, it doesn't matter. As soon as you upload it onto YouTube, that's the date that it was uploaded, regardless of what the previous date. So that's something that really separates the two of them, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, I think it is a good feature. So how exactly is like tagging and all that working here? Are we getting tags What's going on, Austin?
Now, yeah. So I've imported another video yesterday or today that I just put up on YouTube, and it pulled all my tags.
Oh, it did? Okay.
From the video too, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
we pull tags over. We use them both in our search engine. So if you search something on the site, the tags are getting used, to populate those results along with all the other data. But also we use the tags for the videos in SEO. So they show up when Google or whatever site is crawling a video page. They see the tag data as well. So.
Yeah.
One other question, since you're pulling over the description and all the tags, you're probably not pulling over any of the comments that people have made or any of the questions that they've asked, correct?
No, we're not. We just don't have a way to tie those to any accounts. And
sure,
we've kind of gone up and down this avenue, and just basically in the end we decided we just can't do it.
Yeah, because so the comments from the person would be random.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then hopefully you do start building an audience and people come in and start making comments in there, because that's also going to help in your SEO, your search engine optimization.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. So let me just go through some things. And then Joe, I know you have some questions. Let's see what I got here. Will Killer Keller says, crypto escrow setup perhaps for the transaction question. I don't know, probably a tall order considering the current workload. And Mr. Saving the Day says, I'm going to push GunStream on my YouTube channel. So that's cool. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. So Joe, did you have some questions, comments? You've been on there the longest, so I know you probably have some ideas, right?
Yeah. So I hopped on. I think it was pretty close to the beginning. I don't remember how close to the beginning, but I know there wasn't a whole lot of content on there in the beginning.
Yeah.
I think when I came on board, and so far it's been a positive experience. I mean, the big issue is getting people to watch things on different platforms. I think the big thing is, and if anybody asks me, I'm like, you know what, go watch, you see a YouTube notification come up, click on it, sure. Give me the one view there, but if you're going to watch it, you're going to engage and everything, go do that on one of the other sites like GunStreamer, and spend time there to build these other platforms. There's no reason why you don't need to be doing that. And spreading it around. I mean, I've heard various feedback. Yeah, my views on YouTube are down overall, because I have people watching a lot more on other platforms. But at the same time, I can, manufacturers, or industry people that I deal with are more than willing to look at it and be like, yeah, the YouTube views may not be there, but we're seeing views on this site or that site that combined are bigger than they would have been with YouTube anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I think our views are down across the board anyway. So what does it matter, right? YouTube is definitely hiding us. They're ghosting us from people. So whatever it is we think we're going to lose by spreading out and having our content on other platforms, we're losing anyway. Yeah.
I don't even consider that to be an issue, because we're getting shadow banned on YouTube, which we know has happened, because I have users all the time, subscribers who tell me that they never see my notifications. I tell them to hit the bell, subscribe, and they're like, yeah, still half the time I never even realize you uploaded a video. And it's the same thing with you. Like, I'm subscribed and get notifications for Lifestyles Locked and Loaded. Maybe 1 out of every 4 or 5 nights do I actually get a notification that you're live. And I know you're live anyway, but I'm not getting those notifications. I'm just not getting them.
Yeah, because they made different layers of the notifications.
Yeah, and I don't know if there's any way to actually to tell the subscribers you can get full-on notifications for it. And for us, we post 1 video a week, basically. But I don't know if there's any way to be able to get notifications for everything. I don't think it's possible, because even if you hit the bell, like I have with you, I don't see everything, not even close. Maybe 25%, maybe.
Yeah, I think we may all want to start like feeling the pain and considering. I think it's good to make videos about these other platforms like GunStreamer, but we might want to consider doing things like where our content maybe goes up uniquely for a day, 48 hours, you know, a couple of days or something like that. I know that's kind of a tough thing, but we may want to consider that and then point people over. So for example, like we put up, if right now I have a video up with Fort Scott Munitions where I'm in Kansas and I blow up a T100, Toyota T100 pickup truck. That's already on Patreon. And I believe that you don't have to link from YouTube before that turns on. So you can link it from anywhere. We may want to start thinking about this kind of stuff. I'm not doing it yet, but we may want to consider that.
That's another cool way that you know, that people can help get the word out there or help promote, you know.
Yeah, so if people want to see things immediately, I know everyone doesn't necessarily want to go to that, but I mean, there's so many things. Like I get videos that get held up in review on YouTube for weeks.
Does it really take that long, Hank, for you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. On this particular channel, the videos are getting held up for weeks. I don't know why.
For me, I seem like I get a resolution on my monetization within 3 to 5 days. One way or another, it's 3 to 5. You know, when I appeal it, within 3 to 5 days, it's either denied or restored. And if it's restored, it doesn't mean it's not going to get yanked down another 3 weeks later. And then I got to reappeal it again.
Yeah, but even that time, you can maybe just put it up somewhere else that it doesn't go through that. Mark, what about you, man? Do you get any of that? Like, do you get videos, you post them, and then it goes, hey, you're going to have to put this up for review? And how long does that take?
Yeah, so I've ran into a period of time where every single video that I posted said that, you know, it's not, you know, advertiser friendly. I would post, I'd click on the button to review it. Within 2 to 3 days, it would be, you know, reviewed, and yes, it's approved. But I've got 3 videos that I've requested review. One of them is almost a year old, still hasn't been reviewed, and the other 2 are 2 and 3 months old, still not reviewed. So
yeah, you know, so you're losing out on that. Those videos should probably be somewhere else, and people should at least be looking at them.
Absolutely.
Because other than the money, you're losing out on people being aware that this content exists.
And I'll have to say, as far as the money goes, when it comes to YouTube, I have made less than $200. So I'm at a point now that I'm considering not even worrying about the headache anymore, and just completely shutting down the AdSense and relying solely on affiliate links.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. Believe you me, man, I have like 67,000 subscribers on my main channel. And I know YouTube has specific rules about this. I don't think that we make $500 a month. And I've got over 1,000 videos, and my channels has over 13 million views. So there you go. I've never made $1,000 a month ever. I think the highest I ever made one month was close to $700.
I think Tactical Toolbox said earlier that the most he ever made in 1 month was $900, and it took him over 1 million views to get it.
Yeah, yeah. So that's the kind of thing. One quick thing. We're going to go a little bit late. Ken, I don't know if I know that you've been on for a while. I don't know if anyone has to go.
Yeah. I can hang out for a little bit more. That's
okay,
fine.
Cool. I figure we'll go late because stuff is going on. Mike Bryan says he's trying to upload 2 videos right now and getting an error about restricted content or something. Both videos had a copyright claim, but it was resolved. Is that an issue? I think that's to Austin.
Okay, so that would be probably our first user upload verification. Is it? I assume this is the first time he's uploaded. So this isn't based on like copyright content or anything like that. If he's worried about like music or something like that, we block users from uploading their first video, and we're very quick at getting back on these. But the reason being is we had a slew of users come in that uploaded illegally pirated videos, and we set up some sort of stops for that, but at one point we had to kind of set up this blocking thing. I don't know if we'll use it forever. Right now we are manually verifying users when they upload their first video. So we're watching these throughout the day. Often it takes a minute or 2 minutes. Okay. We have already, this particular user, we have already approved while we've been on this call.
Oh, you have? Okay, cool.
Yeah, so he should be able to continue uploading.
Okay. Yeah, someone's asking how long first approval takes. So how do people get in touch with you? Is there a users group? Is there like, are there ways that people can get together and figure out all these problems and growing pains?
As far as getting in touch with us?
Yeah.
Well, the contact form, I see every single one of those emails that come through. We have social networks. We have a Facebook group. We have a Facebook page. We have Instagram, Twitter,
Okay.
all just at GunStreamer, one word. And then, you know, if you want to email me directly, anyone can email me directly. It's austin@gunstreamer.com. You know, you guys are welcome to contact us on any social medium. Like I said, I see all the emails that come in through the form. I see almost all of the social stuff. Obviously, our social team kind of helps with that, but so that's kind of our presence.
Okay, and then I got another question from Highway Run 77 that just came in. Have the video load speeds increased on the app?
So we right now have to manually sort of trigger an action that degrades video quality on the app for certain mobile networks. It's similar to something that YouTube does, but it's not quite as advanced. What they do is called adaptive bitrate, and it actually, you know, it's able to change and move through the video depending on your network speed at that time. So that functionality is coming very soon. We actually had planned to implement that functionality a couple of weeks ago. We've had a little bit of a holdup, but as far as the integration goes, I believe it will be very smooth, very swift, and it will be awesome for you guys. It will be awesome for the viewer on the app, on the mobile website, on a slow connection on the desktop. It's going to be great. So that is, you know, the best version of that is going to be coming out very soon. So
okay, very cool. Mike Bryant says GunStreamer has already emailed me, and we're working to resolve whatever the bug is. They rock. That's a cool thing. You'll never actually get to talk to anyone at YouTube.
Yeah, you actually get to talk to a real live human being and get a response, which is awesome. I had emailed to, when I saw the ability to move your channel over, I had emailed it. I mean, within minutes they had gotten back to me. And it was just ridiculous how quick it was, which was awesome. Also, one thing I wanted you to hit on, just give us the 60-second bird's eye view of what you were talking about there, about how, just for people who don't understand, how their cell phone providers will take their 4G data and they'll realize when they're downloading not a web page, but they're downloading you know, more than a couple megs of data really quickly, and then they'll throttle their speed down, and how YouTube kind of up and downs it so that it tricks those algorithms into giving them bump rates so their video actually. Okay,
yeah. So usually for YouTube, if you go and you see the selector at the bottom, that little cogwheel where you can change force the quality of that video to a certain resolution, that would be forcing the video to that resolution, but it would be forcing many very small files to use that resolution. So what happens when you play the video is, say you have a very strong connection to start with, you would be constantly grabbing new parts of that file as the timeline goes at that higher resolution. And if your network degrades and you're not able to keep up with the bigger versions of those files, it'll start right at that moment in the video and start grabbing new versions of those files at a lower quality. So they actually break the video up into 4 or 5 separate resolutions, but each of those resolutions have hundreds of little bits of files that make up that actual video. So it's called adaptive bitrate because what it adapts to at the speed of the network that you're on, and it just switches instantly. So you don't see much of a change other than maybe a degradation of the quality. For users that are uploading very high resolution videos, for a time they may exist on the app as those high resolution videos, and it may be hard for a lot of networks, even faster networks, to keep up with people who are uploading 4K resolution, right?
Okay. I heard lots of nerdy stuff.
Okay, I'm sorry.
But that's good. Yeah, that's good. I mean, look, the thing I like about Austin is that he is a nerd about this stuff. I think that's kind of reassuring. You know, to me personally, I don't know how you feel about that, Austin, but I kind of like knowing that there's a nerd out there on my side.
I'm on your side.
Yeah, and that's a good thing. That's the, you know, like I said, like the 60-second overview of it, because people don't want to get bogged down in the details. At the same time, they need to understand that what Austin's doing in the background there, what their team is working on, is extremely complex. I mean, there are so many moving parts back there, and I myself, I only have really a bird's eye view, just because of what I do now as a day job is completely separated from that. But there's so much going on back there. It's a ton of work, and it's awesome to see he still has interactivity to engage with people, and at the same time keep all those digital pieces moving.
Yeah. So what is the biggest things that we would need? So people on the panel, tell me, what's the biggest thing that you would need from a platform like this? What's the most important thing to you? Don't hold back. Whatever's popping into your head, tell me.
So what if you weren't promoting GunStreamer and there was a way that you would promote GunStreamer or another platform, whatever platform that is, what would that feature be, right?
Yeah, I'm just, so I'll go ahead and say something. Money. Okay, money is an issue, right? And I think, like, I'm just trying to think, like, what's the motivators that are standing in everyone's way? So let's say it's money. I mean, there's got to be a way for this to be something that's worth it for people. It takes a lot of money. I think Joe was saying that earlier. I agree with it. You know, I know for you, that doesn't really matter, but you want to get your product out there, right? Yeah. So
it's viewers. For me, it's viewers.
Okay. Yeah. So you want to be able to get to the audience. That's probably really, I think that viewers and money are probably a really close thing, because if you don't have the viewers, then I don't know how there is going to be a money exchange. Mark, what do you think?
Yeah, for me, basically I'm in the same boat as Ken. I need viewers. That's what I'm most interested in. The money aspect is a great secondary priority, but for me, it basically is just to break even. That's all I'm concerned about when it comes to the money. I'm not really interested in making millions of dollars. I don't think that I'm smart enough to do that. But as I've mentioned before, I'm an Army wife, so I'm just going to live off my wife's pension anyway. So
okay. Yeah. I think that's a valid thing, you know. What do you think, Joe? What's your thing?
Yeah, you know, a lot of it's, yeah, I think so. I mean, you know, for me, I still have a day job, so making money isn't necessarily a big thing for me. You know, for me, it's kind of breaking even, and I take, you know, every penny I've made, I put back into being able to, you know, the webcam I'm using right now, you know, the camera, upgrading the audio. Audio was a big thing for our subscribers, you know, a couple years ago. I upgraded that. I mean, you know, our videos sound way better now. A lot less stuff, a lot of consistency throughout now. So those are things that I look for. You know, I mean, long term, eventually, yeah. But at the same time, you know, and there's a difference there between, you know, and we see the comments come up in the thread next to it between Full30 and GunStreamer, for example. You know, as far as GunStreamer's hosting everyone. You know, there's no middle ground there. On the other side, you know, Full30 is trying to keep a lot of advertisements going for the people who are there. So, you know, I see both sides of it, and being part of both platforms, I see the benefits of both. I think there's a huge benefit to both, and at the same time, I think GunStreamer is holding that niche where, you know, people who have no other alternative have an alternative to go to, and you know, it's just kind of driving traffic there. And I'm going to spend some more time talking to subscribers and letting them know that there are other alternatives out there they need to go to. I've mentioned it in a couple of videos, but I think I need to start spending more time on it. And just, you know, for any other content creators who may be watching, anecdotally, that you know, view-wise, that Palmetto State Armory rifle review I did, that Freedom Nitride one. I think it's up to about 900 views on GunStreamer, which, I mean, you know, YouTube wise, it isn't necessarily huge, but at the same time, for a brand new, you know, we're on relatively new up and coming platform, you know, 900-ish views is not bad, especially considering I think over there I only have like 70 or 80 subscribers anyway, whatever it is, 100 subscribers on GunStreamer. So I mean, it's not like it's a big multiple and a lot of content. So there is traffic there. There's views that are getting there. It may not be as big, but there's interest. Things are happening there, and it's growing. So it's definitely something to keep your eye on.
Yeah,
and check out.
Right. So the Archangel says the ability to go live on GunStreamer, that's important to him. Mike Bryan said exposure is the key. I don't know, there's probably some other comments in here. Here's one of the things I think, and I'm trying to have this discussion. I think that in the gun YouTube community, it's kind of like a taboo to say that you're doing this for money. It's a thing.
There, I think somewhat we need to be upfront with the users, right? I mean, if someone, you know, I mean, at the end of the day, if you're putting out quality content, you are putting in, who out there wants to work 20, 40 hours a week? And I put in at least 25 hours a week overall in the firearms side of what I do, just dedicated to actually putting out content, be it what we're doing now, or the videos, the other reviews, blogs, articles, right? Who out there is going to work 25? And I mean, it is fun to shoot, don't get me wrong, but that short amount of time you see on camera shooting, you know, that is
it takes a couple hours,
1/100th of what actually goes into it, right?
Yeah.
So you can ask, and if somebody who has 1 million subscribers says they don't care about the money, they're lying, because to get to that point, they had to put in a lot of time. Who out there wants to work 25 hours a week and not get paid for it?
No, I don't.
I'm working on being able to quit my day job and have something where I can put out quality content much more than once a week, so that I don't have to go into a day job every day. Maybe I can step that down to something part-time and do this full-time. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But at the same time, I think, you know, and I think that's where the difference comes down. There's people who are honest and upfront about it, and then there's other people who try and hide behind it and say whatever. But at the same time, I have to ask, if you're putting in 20, 40, 50 hours a week, do you work for free? I mean, you know, I mean, it's that simple, right?
Yeah.
And if people don't like that kind of honesty, well, I mean, that's fine, but at least you're getting the real honest view behind the scenes. It disturbs me when I see people try and hide behind stuff that aren't being honest.
Yeah, I think, look, I do this because I love to do this, right? I like creating. I'm into it. I'm passionate about creating. I'm passionate about guns and everything that I do. But I agree with what you're saying. I think people need to realize that it takes a lot of time for me. If I go shoot a gun, it's more difficult for me to set up cameras and then shoot that video and then edit that video and then upload that video and then spend time promoting it. It would be way easier for me to just go shoot that gun and go, wow, that was cool, and go about my business. And then I'll spend a lot of my money and time doing a bunch of other things. So if we're in a community of people that say they believe in freedom and capitalism and all that, there should be some kind of exchange for what we do, like there would be for anyone out there that does something that's useful. If you're doing something useful and helpful to the community, then there should be some kind of exchange for it. And we shouldn't let it become a taboo about what's going on. We have to think about that. It is a motivator. I'm not saying it should be the #1 motivator. Everything that, if you're gonna enjoy doing anything, you better really be into that thing and be passionate about it, because if you're not, there's no amount of money that's going to make you happy doing it.
Oh,
right.
Absolutely. I have a good day job. At the same time, I enjoy what I do. But I mean, my passion is firearms and freedom. At the same time, you know, and I'm trying to combine the two. And if you've ever watched any of the TED Talks from Mike Rowe, for example, he talks about don't follow your passion, follow what you're good at. Well, I'm good at what I do for my day job. You know, I'm not ashamed to say I'm very good at what I do for my day job. At the same time, yeah, I'm not necessarily passionate about it, you know, like I am about this. I'm trying to transition over to it. Obviously, my passion, I'm not as good at the firearms side as my passion would dictate. But at the same time, I'm tired of a 9-to-5 job. I want to do something where I can be creative and whatnot. I mean, I still enjoy, I love what I do. I like what I do. Let me rephrase. I don't love what I do, but I really like what I do, and I like the people I work with. But at the same time, ultimately, it's not what I see myself doing for the rest of my life. I would much rather do this, be able to bring some additional value to a much larger segment of people than just what So I don't know, and you're probably the same way, Hank.
Yeah, I think so. I want to be able to live my life, do what I enjoy doing, spend more time with the people that I care about, and then be able to somehow, support myself. I got to feed myself. I mean, you might want me to be skinny, but I don't want to be that skinny, and I think that's the motivation behind everything. Ken is a real gun guy. He's into it. He's not doing this gun thing, solely for the money. He believes in the whole gun thing, but he's got to make money doing it, right?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't start the business to be broke, right? I started the business to one, I'm passionate about firearms. I'm passionate about, our freedoms and being able to, do the things that our founding fathers would allow us to do, and, what this country was set up on. But, on that other hand, you have to be able to, provide for yourself and your family. You have to be able to make a living. You have to be able to get ahead. So, I don't, the whole monetization on, videos, and yes, they should be getting something for it. Nothing should be for free. Anything that we're doing, yeah, we may have started to do it because we were passionate about it and we enjoyed doing it and we loved it and it was something fun to do, but you can't do that forever and sustain it. So, I don't fault anybody for wanting to get paid for videos and things that they're doing on YouTube. It's part of the American dream. I mean, it's capitalism. Do what you love to do and hope you can make some money doing it.
Absolutely. Austin, I don't think, are you running this as like a charitable thing?
Well, I'd like to make some money.
he is at the beginning, because that's what I had to do when starting my business. You start it up and you make nothing. You're losing money. I mean, my first 3 years doing this, I was not making any money. Everything was going right back into the business. I mean, I was lucky enough to have a good job where I made a good income, and I started socking it away, and then I walked away from it and started doing this full time. And it was a very big struggle doing that. But that's the leap that I took. And that's the American dream, to be able to have your own business and do something that you love to do. And it's not a 9-to-5 job. It's a 5 in the morning to 7, 8 o'clock at night job every day of the week. But it's something that I enjoy doing and I love it. And, it's good.
Yeah, absolutely. Austin?
Yeah, it's definitely not the first reason for why we started this, right? But we'd like to make money. I mean, I'm spending a lot of my own money on this. And I'd like to see that come back, but more than anything, I'd like to see this succeed for the reasons that we got into this, right? Which is 1A and 2A preservation.
Absolutely. And then Mark, I know that you are an Army wife, but you're still a dude, man. I know there's some part of you.
Yeah, I mean, naturally, I want to be able to provide some financial support to the family by doing this and doing what I am passionate about. As everybody on the panel has already said, I'm passionate about the Second Amendment, the rights that are all the rights that our founding fathers bestowed on us. So I've been able to make a little bit of money, enough to, I wouldn't say break even yet, but I've got some things cooking, hopefully in the next year, that will kind of take an uptick a little bit, and then I'll be able to not only break even, but also put that money back into my channel to make it even better than what it already is. So that's kind of the angle that I'm looking at. And if it grows from there, and I'm able to sock some of that away and give back to my family for putting up with me and my 18-hour days sometimes to produce some of this stuff, then so be it. I want to be able to put as much into the channel and back to my subscribers as I can, but at the same time, my family, I think, deserves a little bit of support as well. Prime example tonight, as soon as I get done with this live chat, I've got a video to edit so I can have it up tomorrow. I've made it a point and a goal to have it up tomorrow, so it's going to be up tomorrow. So I may be up till 2 a.m. tonight putting it together and uploading it.
Yeah, exactly. I think everyone needs to be served by something for that thing to be vital and true and long lasting. So in terms of a platform, I think the audience needs to be served. Probably they're the people that need to be served first, right? And then the content creators definitely need to be served, but the industry needs to be served, right? So the industry that you might be dealing with, or the industry that wants to advertise to these eyeballs, these people, and then ultimately the people creating that platform, they also need to get something out of it. We just need to remember that when we do things that, there has to be this always like a two-way street, an exchange between people for people to feel happy and fulfilled by something that's happening. If you ever feel like you're being cheated, then you feel like you're being cheated, you're going to walk away from something. You want to feel like, hey, I gave $10, but I got something that was worth $20. And that always needs to go both ways, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, I mean, and then as Mark's saying that, he's got stuff to do. I'm sure everyone has stuff to do. What are the final things? Does anyone have any final questions or comments?
I've got one thing.
Okay.
So, a neighbor down the street from me he did several tours in Iraq, and he was recently over in Somalia, and he got hit and he didn't come home. So one of the things that I have started doing to honor him and to honor for all of our freedoms is I have been flying an American flag in my front yard every day since then. And it's been a couple months, and I still am doing it every day. And so I want to just challenge everybody that's listening, that's viewing this, to start flying a flag every day and see that people around you will notice it and know, hey, this guy stands for freedom, because that's what the flag stands for. So I'm just going to throw that out there. Everybody, start flying a flag in front of your yard. Let people know that you're supporting our founding fathers, you're supporting the troops, you're supporting our freedoms, not just Second Amendment freedoms, but all freedoms.
Very cool. Very cool. That's I totally agree with that. Do you have some ideas for what people can do if they cannot run up a pole, and fly a flag?
Yeah, so it's very easy. So in my front yard, I took a piece of 1.5 inch PVC. It's about yay big around, and I took 1.5 feet of it. You can take drill and drill a hole, or you can dig a hole and bury that 1.5 foot pipe, and then you go buy a flag from somewhere, Walmart, wherever. You go over to Home Depot, you buy a piece of 3/4 inch electrical EMT, and you screw the flag to it, and you have an instant flagpole in your front yard. You don't have to hang anything on your house. You can do it anywhere in your yard where you can bury a 1.5 foot piece of PVC. And it is everybody's right to be able to fly a flag. I don't care what association, homeowners association you live in. No one can stop you from flying an American flag. And everybody has some type of a yard that you can do that. And it's very easy, and it costs hardly anything.
Amen. Amen. And Me Too on Tube says, sorry about your friend, which I'm sure we all echo, man. That's tough. Yeah. All right. So let's go, Mark. Any final comments and stuff like that? I know this has been kind of like a rough episode, man. You came in on this.
Yeah, I came in last minute. I sure do appreciate, you having me on. I also really appreciate the opportunity to meet Austin and understand what he's trying to do with the GunStream website. I'm extremely interested. I really want to promote it moving forward. You know, we've talked about over the phone that we should get out and do videos on our YouTube channel to say, hey, by the way, if something happens to me, find me over here. So now I'm just that much more motivated to do that. So about the only other thing that I've got is just shameless plugs. So, you know, if you guys enjoyed tonight, if you enjoyed seeing this beautiful face right here, I've got plenty of videos out there. Find me at Fit and Fire. I've got a website, fitandfire.com. Hopefully it'll save you guys some money. That's my big thing, is I like to be able to connect people with some great deals, and it goes to affiliate links to help the channel out, to kind of just buy ammo, basically, is what it really goes to. So other than that, I completely second what Ken said. Fly a flag. If you fly a flag at night, make sure you have a light on it. And if it gets tethered, replace it. That's one thing that bugs the heck out of me, is if I drive by and see a tattered flag, just take the time to replace it and dispose of the old one appropriately. So other than that, go Army. Thanks, man.
All right. Awesome. Very, very well done. Let's go to Joe.
So, yeah, ditto.
We're all in agreement here. I think we should always be proud to be in America. I know I am, and I'm a transplant to America, and I'm proud of that as well. You know, we have to let people know that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I try to every day the best I can. I wear my patriotism on my sleeves, somewhat anyway.
Literally.
As much as I can and still not get fired. So are we wrapping up?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Well, the usual guys. There's new videos up. That Holosun 510C Elite with that green dot on it is up, which a lot of people asked for. So feel free to check that out. It's live on GunStreamer, so go check it out there first. And then if you want to check it out on the other sites, you're more than welcome to. This is coming up soon. This air rifle thing. I mean, for people who don't understand, the modern air rifle is nothing like what I had, or probably what most people had when they were growing up as a kid. These things aren't toys. They are crazy powerful. There's some air rifles, not this one, but there are some air rifles that will take Cape Buffalo. They run the gambit, right? For people who don't remember Lewis and Clark expedition, they had air rifles and killed a bunch of Indians with air rifles, right? So I mean, it's
I found that out on a podcast with you, so I didn't even know.
They're coming back full circle again, right? Which is pretty neat. Anyway, and there's a ton more in the pipe. There's a lot of new stuff coming out, so feel free. 13C Gun Reviews, across the various platforms, check it out. We appreciate it, and that's that all we really ask from anybody is your support via shares, likes, comments. That's it. And if you want some swag, we do have a swag shop for patches and stuff like that. But
awesome, very cool. Thanks, Joe. So Austin, you're the guest of honor tonight. What do you want? What's your final words, man? What do you want the folks out there to know? I think we've converted some people. We've gotten some people to sign up on GunStreamer.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for having me. And it was very nice to meet Mark and Ken.
Yep.
Actually, I don't know if we've actually spoken yet, Joe, but he was one of our very first uploaders. So we love the support. And thank you everyone who supports us. This is still a work in progress. We've made a lot of good progress, but there is still work to be done. And we're finding new ways every day that people can help and support us. If you go check out our website, check out our app, here's the plugs.
Yeah, absolutely. Plug away, man. Plug away.
Check out our website, gunstreamer.com. If you search on iOS or Android for GunStreamer, check out our app. If you have issues, and this is one of the more important things, if you have issues, there are those users who will have a problem and walk away forever. If you have issues, voice up. You know, contact us on any of our social mediums. It's just at GunStreamer. Email us, info@GunStreamer, Austin@GunStreamer, fill out a form. We want to hear about the problems, the headaches, the struggles. We're working every day to make those go away for you guys. You know, and this whole thing, there's a lot of back and forth. Just like Hank said, it's a two-way street. So, you know, we're marching down one of those streets, and we need everybody's support. And just let us know. We're here all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I want to thank everyone, for all of you guys on the panel, for coming on and putting up with all the technical difficulties we had, as well as everyone in the who's joined us in the audience and the chat and all that kind of stuff. I guess we're going to probably wind up with 2 videos. I don't know. I have to look at that other video and see how bad it is. But, you know, thanks to everyone for joining us and sticking in here and hanging in. And, you know, I'm going to echo what Austin said about GunStreamer. Or, you know, there's other platforms out there. You guys, you know, you can go out there and discover those other platforms and communicate with them. We're actually going to have the guys from YouTube on, Austin, probably sometime next week. So, and you guys both happen to be from Utah. I don't know what's going on. That's definitely a conspiracy. Definitely a conspiracy. There's something going on there. But, you know, I think that we need to do something about this before the emergency time. I don't think we want to wait until everything gets burned down or your channels get deleted and all that kind of stuff to try to do something about it. I think we should try to do something about it now, and at least start looking into this stuff and talking to these companies and moving your things over, and be prepared for this. You know, if you lose your channel on YouTube, I'm not saying walk away from it. Definitely you want to fight, get that back, and use YouTube. I want to be inside of all of these social medias and using them just as much as they use us. You know, absolutely. So yeah, and hopefully we'll get Austin to come back on again. You know, that would be a good thing. We'll get him to come back on again and talk to you guys more about this and spend more time promoting them. You can find us on GunStreamer. We're Hank Strange up on there. You know, you can Joe, your 13C gun reviews on there, right? I mean,
I am actually just 13C.
Okay, there you go. So I knew Joe would be doing something different,
which makes it easier. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to move more away from the 13C gun reviews to just like 13C or 13C media, because there's a lot more that we do that I want to branch into aside from the firearms side. Just the stuff I want to explore separately and kind of fold it under that umbrella somehow. I don't know. I'm still figuring this whole thing out. I'm just trying to find a way that maybe one day, you know, in 10 years, I can move to the middle of nowhere, just have an internet connection, and be able to just live in the middle of nowhere with a family and enjoy myself and shoot guns all day and do it full time. Absolutely. Maybe.
Yeah. Exactly. And you know, let me see, Mark, what are you? You're Fit and Fire on there, right? I think you just signed up tonight.
Yep, it's going to be all one word, Fit in Fire. So, yep, I'm on there. Okay. I got one video, hopefully more coming soon.
You just got your first subscriber, me.
Yay, thanks.
Yeah, we all need to go over there and subscribe to each other as well. Ken, and what are you on GunStreamer?
It's KM_arms.
Okay, KM_arms. Okay. You couldn't do and?
Nope.
Oh, see, Austin.
I didn't want to spell out and.
Yeah, you didn't want to spell.
I wanted to do the ampersand, but it wouldn't.
Yeah, Austin, what's up with that, man?
Yeah. Actually, a user asked about that earlier. So we'll get back to you guys on that. I think we might. I think we might send out an email when we allow some of that, but it's going to be kind of tricky because I want users to get the usernames that they want.
Yeah.
So we might just send it out to the content creators who have ever uploaded a video before we send it out to our whole user group.
Okay. Yeah. Let's help people get good names on there. That is all part of the thing. So let's, you know, I'm just encouraging everyone that's listening to this, go try out gunstreamer.com, get signed up. Hopefully they'll fix this whole thing with the and. you know, so people can get their end going. That's pretty much it. We're out of here. You guys stay here on the panel. Thanks everyone for joining us. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow we have the guys from Okeechobee. It's the what's that shooting thing I'm doing? I'm doing some kind of shooting thing here in Florida. I think it's at the OK Corral, and it's Okeechobee Shooters Club or something like that. Those guys are coming on. I know I totally messed up their name, but what can I say? They'll be on. They'll explain it all tomorrow.
Make it up to them tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see you guys then. We're out of here.
That was Hank.
Yeah. Oh, you're welcome. Peace.